When Jubilees were first celebrated in the 1300s, pilgrims had to visit St. Peter's Basilica and the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls in Rome to receive a plenary indulgence. For those living in the city, they needed to make the visit 30 times, and those outside Rome, 15 times. Reportedly, about 200,000 people traveled to the Eternal City that year alone to partake in this first Jubilee.
For a
man of the Middle Ages to obtain the remission of sins was something fundamental because his whole life was seen through the lens of gaining a blessing after death. So people were traveling, even making dangerous journeys, covering great distances. Think of the example of the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, where people risked martyrdom.
This first Holy Year led to an immense spike in the number of Christians making pilgrimages to Rome, especially after journeying to the Holy Land became almost impossible due to the ongoing violence with the Crusades.
Roma come Nuova Gerusalemme.
And so a new concept was born, Rome as the New Jerusalem. People could no longer visit Jerusalem, the place where the Lord was born, raised, and eventually killed. Rome, the city where the apostles, Peter and Paul, all passed to heaven, is instead deemed the replacement.
In 2025, pilgrims will join this centuries-old tradition with some differences. Most will not make the journey on foot, but rather by plane, car, or train. The requirements to receive the plenary indulgence have also changed. Catholics are required to go to confession, avoid sin, receive communion, and pray for the intentions of the Pope. For those traveling to Rome, a visit to at least one of any of the 4 major basilicas is added to the requirements. And by completing this list, pilgrims receive an indulgence, meant to help them on their spiritual journey.
It is a great manifestation of mercy and compassion. The Church shows her motherhood by settling all debts and consequences of sin.
But obtaining a plenary indulgence during the Jubilee is not limited only to those in Rome. People can substitute a visit to a papal basilica or holy site with performing a work of mercy or participating in a mission.